Woo! I'm sorry. I know some of you are scrolling right now on Facebook, and that got your attention. Hey, hey guys, thanks for tuning in today with the video. Hope you're doing well and staying safe out there. It's Ryan with DP Marketing.Services on my morning coffee. Coming at you with the video on something about the importance of customer experience. And we posed this question a couple weeks ago on our Facebook page, but as background, many of you, almost all of you probably don't know, in college, I waited tables at a Chinese restaurant, and that's how I kind of paid my way through school. And the company, it's a well-known company, but it's one where I learned a lot about the importance of customer experience. There was this idea called a limo ride. And so I thought this is really kind of an interesting way to kind of approach how to handle customers. So the idea of a limo ride, when you think about a limo ride, like if you were to pause and think about it, you probably have certain things that come to mind, right? Certain expectations, certain feelings. You probably have like, wow, it's very fancy, or it's very fun, or it's very posh, whatever. You might imagine like a chauffeur who like anticipates your every need, so if you like a certain type of fancy water, maybe that chauffeur knows that you like that certain type of fancy water and has it ready on hand. But the idea of a limo ride is that it's an effortless experience. The driver takes care of everything. He knows your preferences. He knows the things you want to do and enjoy doing. And he makes sure that while you're in the limo, you only have a remarkable experience from beginning to end. So this restaurant, they had this like limo ride as part of their philosophy for customer service. So as part of this limo ride, one of the things, for instance, when this restaurant first opened, there was a lot of buzz in town. And I remember very clearly there was this guy and this girl, and they were dating. Came to the restaurant. The guy did not want anything to do with the Chinese food at all. The girl wanted to be there because it was like the hip, trendy restaurant in town, and everyone was talking about it. And so when I went up to serve them, I took the lady's order, and then I looked to the gentleman to offer to take his order, and he kind of joked, hey, what can I get you to eat? And his little quip was, haha, a steak, ha ha ha. And maybe you can relate to that guy. So fun fact, this particular Chinese restaurant owned a sister restaurant right next door that was a high-end steakhouse. And so as part of the limo ride philosophy, the restaurant actually gave us a certain amount of budget that we could use to impressing guests. So I actually paid my assistant to go next door, order a steak at this high-end restaurant. We brought it back. We plated it on our restaurant's plates and then served it to the guest with their meal. So the woman of the party got her Chinese food that she wanted. The gentleman of the party was not honestly expecting a steak, and we gave him a steak. And that was such an over-the-top experience for them. The fact that somebody would like recognize the apprehension to try a new Chinese food and to accommodate the crazy request of having steak, even though he wasn't really being serious, probably about thinking that we would go next door and pick up steak for him. But we did. The culture of the business let us be able to do that. So the meal went great. They were obviously happy with the steak and the Chinese food. The next day, I was also on duty, and that same couple came back, and this time the gentleman wanted to try Chinese food. He was so impressed by the quality of service that the limo ride concept provides that he was willing to give the Chinese food a try. And sure enough, we were able to take care of him then also. But it's crazy. That was 15 years ago. And I have such clear memories of so much of that interaction, because the power of that experience, it created a lasting impression. It creates an impression that's very difficult to forget. So I would encourage you, look, you're a plumbing contractor, you're an HVAC contractor, you're an electrical contractor, you do something else in the trades. The more you can focus on an overwhelmingly positive customer experience from beginning to end, where the customer doesn't have to worry about things, where there's no anxiety, where every one of the customer's requests are taken into account for and thought about. The more you can create these lasting over-the-top impressions, the more you will be rewarded by repeat business, by referral business, by online reputation that's glowing. There are no shortcuts to limo rides, right? There are no easy, fast, cheap ways to just like make the customers feel impressed, but you actually don't care. Part of the limo ride is you actually have to understand the very core of your customer and make sure that you anticipate and comply with whatever they're wanting. Now, that doesn't mean you're never going to have crazy customers, right? Crazy people are going to be crazy and broke people are going to be broke. And you can't fix stupid and you can't fix broke, right? There's no way around it. However, for almost everybody, you can find a way to limo ride them through your entire experience, from the time they visit your website to the time they book a call like in the office, to the time that the dispatch is made, to the time the tech first announces his arrival, to the time that service options are done, and then follow up after the sale. How did we do? Your business is important to us, and even following up and nurturing that as repeat business. This idea of a limo ride can be a very, very powerful tool, and I thought it was worth sharing with you. So I'm curious to know, one, what do you think of the limo ride? And two, how does your particular business work to make those sort of customer impressions happen? Like, what strategies do you use? What tools do you use? I'd like to hear from you also. So as always, guys, thanks for tuning in, but leave a comment below. I'd like to hear from you. Follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and we'll see you next time.